music that played, country and western. I want to use this program to take you, the listener, back to that Southeast Texas garage and that Central Texas kitchen. The name of the show is Country Connections, and its mission is to connect you with the golden age of country music. Tune in at 7 o'clock Saturday mornings right here on KPFT.
Hi, I'm Jay Williams, and you are listening to KPFT Houston.
Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthis, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you. Visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a least. Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night. The inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's Prison Radio. Prison Radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, October the 4th. And we're doing it again. Yes, and we want to give a great big shout out to all of the YouTubers listening, all of our podcasters listening, everyone out there listening, even you. Even you, yes. Want to give a big shout out to all of y'all. And I had the great pleasure of attending a graduation this week at the Ellis Unit for cognitive life skills. And it was great. They were very, it was a very nice, everyone was very nice to us. There were quite a few family members, friends and family. And it's important for anyone incarcerated to know they have a support system. And, it was just great to witness changes in those men's lives. So I appreciate being invited. And you know what? Tonight we have a great show. David lined up a great show. If you're from the Houston area, you may remember Dayna Steele, Houston's first lady of rock and roll from Rock 101 KLOL. a Texas Radio Hall of Famer. Well, she's going to be on the show tonight. She's going to be talking about voting. She has some surprising news for you, too. Sharon McKinney, the executive director of TIFA, she will be on the show, and TIFA, of course, stands for Texas Incarcerated Families Association. And Brittany Robertson, director of Incarcerated Support Ad-Seg specialist with TPCA and Texas Prison Reform activist. And, of course, Linda and I will be on too. So David lined up a great show, and we want to get every minute we can. Right, David?
Man, I love this show. You caught me logging into the Dropbox.
I got you logging in.
Yeah.
That's
right. A lot of folks don't know, as a producer, I'm actually sitting in the engineering room, and I'm not just the producer. I'm actually running the board. And Dewey's not around and Javier's not around. Somebody got to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
But, man, we got some great news. We got a great show, and I'm not going to spoil it. Let's get on in and see what Dayna Steele's doing.
Absolutely.
I think Linda was asleep.
I think.
Hey, Dayna, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys tonight?
A little bit warm, believe it or not. Houston's still a little bit muggy.
I tell you, I went to the Texas Rice Festival in Winnie today. I've been jonesing for one of those rice balls the Catholic Church makes for like 6 or 7 years, and it was the rice balls were great, but it was like, damn, it was not festival weather. It is hot, and I got to tell you guys, you brought me in a little early so I could hear the whole open, and you brought a tear to my eye. I was not expecting Ray's voice.
Yeah, we can't do the show without Ray. I mean,
Ray was one of my dearest friends, and I just wasn't expecting that. So it was it was nice to hear his voice. And now that I'm running for Congress again, he was a big supporter and a big fan, and when I did it 6-7 years ago, and I think of him a lot, with all the crazy going on. So, but anyway, here I am, and thank you for having me on. I asked if I could be on, and I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for coming. I'm going to let the hostess take over if she'll start talking in there. I don't want to just run the whole show. I'm the producer. She's usually elbowing me out the way, and tonight she's sitting over here just grinning.
Yeah, I usually am. I usually do elbow him.
Yeah, I want to thank you for coming on. Like I said in our original email, I've been a big fan of yours since I was a teenager. I just love KLOL. I don't know which one I like better. I used to flip back and forth between 97 Rock and KLOL. I'll just be honest with you. I was a heavy metal buff back then, so I really appreciate all you do.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I don't know how much time I have with you, but I do have, not only the association with Ray and Lynn and I can get into it, but I have several connections with the Texas prison system. So I won't take over your show. You ask the questions, and we'll talk.
Go ahead, Dani.
So one thing that I found interesting is that you're a proponent of voting rights, correct?
Exactly. And I'll tell you where that came from. We have a vacation rental in Palm Springs, California, and have gotten to be good friends with a couple of folks there. And there's one guy who's just does so much for the community. Sonny may have even be tuning in right now. Sonny Von Cleveland, he's just amazing. And I was asking him one day at lunch, are you registered to vote? It was just, Sonny's like, he's like 6'8" or something and covered with tattoos. And, he just looks like this gruff guy. And he was being like all this bravado. And I finally broke him down to the point that he said, I don't think I can vote. And I said, what do you mean you can't vote? He goes, well, I'm a convicted felon. I said, well, did you serve your time? He said, yeah. So I said, well, let's look it up. And we looked it up, and sure enough, right there, California, it said he could vote. And the cool thing about California is that I could sign him up right then and there at the lunch table. Texas goes out of their way to make it hard. I don't care if you're a felon who served your time, or you're just They just make it. Texas makes it so hard to register. But the bottom line is, when I decided to run, it was one of the pieces of information that I really wanted to get to people, and I knew this was the show to do it. And that is, yes, a convicted felon can vote in Texas. I even heard Jelly Roll doing a great interview on NPR the other day, and then he started going off about how he can't vote. And it's like, yes, you can. A convicted felon can vote, and I learned this phrase, if you are off paper, as they say. So if you have fully completed your sentence, fully discharged, no longer on probation, no longer on parole, or you've received a pardon, or you were otherwise released from the resulting disability to vote, whatever it is, you can vote. And here's another kicker, is that I was at an event in Dayton, Liberty, Texas, in Liberty County, and there was a woman there telling people, yes, if you're off paper, you can register to vote, but you have to go get it okayed by the county clerk. BS. No, you do not. And don't let anybody tell you there is no state-level process to fill out or to complete to register. If you have served your time and you are off paper, no longer on probation, no longer on parole, you can register to vote. And you can vote. And if you are already registered, great. If you're not, here's the important information. Even more important is you've got to be registered by end of day on Monday.
That's quick.
Yeah. Well, what you can do is you can go to your county election office, and I'll put these links on my Facebook. I'll give them to you too. But you can register in person. Find a library. Everybody's got there's a library everywhere, and you are supposed to be able to register to vote at a library. What they'll probably do is give you a postage paid mail-in registration, which is great. As long as you get that in a mailbox on Monday, you'll be fine. Or if you have access to a computer and a printer, you can go to votetexas.gov, click on register to vote. You can fill out the form online, but don't be fooled by Texas. Texas is doing everything they can to suppress votes. You still have to print it out, sign it, and mail it in. Now, it says you could fold it, staple it. I highly recommend you put it in an envelope, because it will just get ripped to shreds, and Lord knows where it'll go in our postal system. So, but you have until the end of the day on Monday, but your vote does count. Your vote is so important. You've served your time. You're done with it. Your vote. Do you know that Hitler came into power by one vote? Texas.
Oh, wow.
Texas became a state by one vote. So, yes, your vote counts. And if you're in jail, see, I have researched this, because it really started to bother me when I realized my friend Sonny thought he couldn't vote. And it's like, yes, you can. If you are in jail, like, for example, if you're in the Harris County Jail on a misdemeanor, you can vote absentee. Again, you go to votetexas.gov, but if you're not registered, you have to register by Monday. Or if you are serving time waiting for a felony conviction, if you have not yet been convicted, you can still vote. You know what? You messed up. You screwed up. Whatever. You ended up in jail. You ended up in prison. Whatever. Your time is done. You are an American, and your vote is so, so important, and probably never been more important as it is this coming election. There, I'll get off my soapbox now.
It's very important, but the Texas Tribune published something, I think it was today, October 4th, that says many state prison inmates in Texas, including people on death row, are eligible to vote and may not even know it. It says felons...
That's interesting. You'll have to send that to me, because if you haven't served your time, because I went back and checked it again today, you must be off paper to register to vote.
It does say, because if they're actively appealing their convictions.
Yeah, so they haven't been convicted yet. So if it's on appeal, then you haven't been convicted
yet. Right. If you have not been convicted yet, you can register to vote, and you can vote.
And if you're,
don't let them take that.
We
away
used to
from
go
you.
down to the post office, or to go down to the parole office, and we'd bring a bunch of voter registrations, and we'd get people to register. Ray Hill said that there was a thing called the Citizens Restoration Act of 1985 that gave all of us our rights back once we got off paper. And then I think Nikki Leland did some kind of something or another too that actually solidified that.
And it's so screwy because it's so different in every state. You know, my chances of winning in Southeast Texas are slim to none, but that doesn't stop me from fighting and trying. And that is one of the things I would love to do if I get into Congress. Is we need voter rules that are nationwide. Everybody's eligible to vote at the age of 18. All the rules are the same in all the states. And that, you don't have to be registered a month in advance. I think we need to make this a lot easier for Americans to vote because it's such an honor. It's such a privilege. I've had an opportunity to travel the world, and we are so lucky with our democracy, but our democracy is so fragile, especially right now. Mm-hmm. And the more people who vote, the stronger we are.
Absolutely.
You still got about 4 minutes. You got anything you just dying to tell everybody that's in prison?
Well, you know what? The Texas prison system were my very first loyal fans. I got so much mail from the Texas prison system, but I didn't care who you are or why you were in or whatever. If you took the time to write me and say, I really enjoy listening to you, you got an autographed picture from me. And long story very short, a guy wrote me a letter from the, I don't remember which unit he was in, but I don't know. We just struck up a friendship, and that would have been in probably 1979, 78, and we stayed the best of friends until he passed away last year.
Wow.
And it was just from that one letter he sent me. And, of course, David Crosby, probably one of Texas' most famous prisoners. David Crosby was at the Wynn unit for, I think, 5 months in 1986. And when David got out, he was assigned to a halfway house in Houston. We became friends. He started hanging out at the radio station. And on June the 3rd, 1990, at a Crosby, Stills and Nash concert, he introduced me to a gorgeous NASA pilot. And we have been together ever since, married 30 years.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. 30 years. That's an accomplishment.
Well, you just got to realize that sometimes you hate your partner. Sometimes you go, I can't stand that person. And then, the dog does something cute or your kid does something cute. You go, oh, I love him. You just, there's got to be that give and take. But, yeah, the Texas prison system holds such a huge place in my heart because of David, because of Ray, and because it was, honestly, my very first fan mail, and I will always appreciate that, always. But now, fast forward to where we are. Yes, you can vote. If you have served your time or you have not been charged with a felony yet, or if you are just in jail on a misdemeanor, please get registered to vote. Please vote. Please exercise your right as an American. It is so important with this upcoming election.
I can underline that about 1 million times. Yes, it is. Very important.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me on. I was thrilled to hear you're still doing this because I did. I reached out to see if you were still doing the prison show because I always thought it was just such a great idea, especially with, the prison system being such a vital part of my early career. My listeners, I used to call it, you're my captive listeners and my captive audience. You can't go anywhere. And I appreciate it. So I always sent a note back when I got a note from the system. So thank you.
And they appreciate that too. Anyone who sends a note back, they really love that.
So
people are people. So
thanks, Dana. We appreciate you. You're welcome anytime. All you got to do is send me an email. We'll get you on there. You're welcome to come to the studio and sit in there with Dani and get on Facebook Live.
Fantastic. And I'm
Absolutely.
at DaynaSteele.com, DaynaSteele.com. And thank you guys for what you're doing. It's just an incredible service. And, there's nothing like the power of radio.
Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Now, next, we have Sharon. Sharon on line 3. Hey, Sharon.
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Hanging in there with the horses?
Yes, hanging in there with my best friend.
So what you got for us tonight?
Well, our big thing going on with TIFA is our statewide conference. It will be on October 26th, so we're just, 22 days away, 23 days away, whatever. I don't even know the date, Dani, but October 26th, and it is going to be in Plano, Texas, at the Hunters Glen Baptist Church. So the registration is on our website, TIFA at TIFA.org. If you haven't registered, sign up just so we'll have a count for food. So we're going to have a TPCA panel. If you have any questions, they're asking for questions. So if you have, and that they're asking for questions because that's how they're going to determine who they're going to bring. So if you have questions for parole, that's who's going to come. If you have questions for, Securus, medical, whatever, give me your questions. We'll submit them, and that's who will attend. In the past conferences, though, they have brought almost every department. So, but get the questions in. You can email me at TIFA at TIFA.org, or you can write us at the P.O. Box, which I'll give you in a second.
All righty.
And are y'all going to come, Dani? Y'all need to come, get a table, set a table up?
Well,
you don't have to answer me now, but yeah, y'all
I think David
want to be
was
there.
saying...
Well, I really wanted to come, but we've got our the prison show movies on the same day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You're going to be in Plano,
okay.
and it's in Austin. So can you get from Plano to Austin in that amount of time? Yeah.
No, probably not. That's okay. I'll put your stuff out there.
I really wanted to be there, but I mean, whenever I seen that Gabriella had gotten the prison show movie approved for the 26th at the Austin, what's that? The name of that?
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
Film Festival, Austin Film Festival.
Yeah, the Austin Film Festival.
And it's the first time that the prison show film is going to be shown in the United States. So.
Oh yeah, you need to be there. That's you get a lay-in.
Well, my aunt's having an anniversary party that day also. It's their 50th wedding anniversary.
Oh, man. And there's something else going on in Houston, too. But I've had this date for a year, so they're just taking my date. But anyway, I'll try to record it for people who want to hear the TPCA panel. Oh, also having Susan Hawk, she's going to come. She is like an amazing woman. She had a very public mental health crisis when she was the DA of Dallas. She was the DA of Dallas. But now she's an attorney, and she does a lot of parole work, and she's like amazing. So if you don't come for anything else, come to hear her. And Tracy Williams will be there. He's our peer, and he always shows up for us. Oh, and it's also our 30th anniversary kickoff.
Oh, wow, 30 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to be kicking off our 30-year anniversary of being around and still being around. So it's going to be some good partying in the Baptist church.
No. Now, what did you
say
do that
anyway.
Her name was? Susan Hawk?
Susan Hawk, Hawk. Y'all should really get her on. Y'all would just love her. She's amazing. And she's still up somewhere in that Dallas area.
How long ago did that happen?
So the current DA, isn't it John Crusoe or such? If you Google her name, it comes up. It's probably been about 10 years, but
Okay.
it was, I don't want to give her story away because it is just like hair raising what people did, what they did to her. So, but I got a chance to meet her. I went to a Damon West, one of his change agent graduations, and she was the speaker there, and that's where I met her. So amazing.
Interesting. I'm going to have to look her up.
Look her up. She has a website, but you can Google her as being the DA.
Okay. Sounds...
Actually, she was the DA on Damon West's case. So there's a whole bunch of connection.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So the one last thing I want to jump in there and say is that the Sunset Commission has released their very mushy staff report. Public hearing will be on November 14th in Austin at the Capitol if people want to come to make public comments. And we're going to, TIFA is going to have like a meet and greet with some other organizations at St. David's Episcopal across from the Capitol the night before. So Wednesday the 13th at St. David's, if you just want to come meet and greet and talk to us, come on over there. And sunset hearing on the 14th.
You thought the report was mushy?
I did. I think, I don't know about y'all, but we spent a lot of time talking to them about things that weren't even in there. Lots of hours talking to them.
Okay, I haven't read the whole thing. There was only bits and pieces I read, and some of it was, a little...
I like some... Yeah. I did think it was... and David's probably going to beep this word out, but I thought it was a little political.
Why would I beep that out? That's not one of the 7 deadlies.
Oh,
I was clenching.
I thought she was going to just...
I know. I was clenching. I was like, oh my God.
The big one.
No, last week Abe
it.
said BS, and I had to hit the button, and it took 6 minutes out of the show.
6 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember y'all were going on and on at the end of it?
Yeah.
So, it was okay that he did it then because it helped the show, but at the same time, he's always got something good to say. I hate to just cut out 6 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't realize it took 6 minutes.
Well, what happens whenever you do that is then the show's vulnerable because if you do it again, there's no way to cut it out. And we could get a $20,000 fine. Yeah.
Well, that's not even a horrible word.
No, not political. That's not a bad word, but he said BS.
No, but that's not even horrible either. That's like real stuff.
It's very real.
It's real stuff, but you can't say it.
I say it all the time. It's very real.
Yeah.
But now that you say that, Sharon, political, now I do agree with you on I do agree with you on that word. Yes.
Yeah. It felt it to me just because we had spent so many hours talking to Sunset about a lot of different things. I felt that they attacked and I understand their technology is horrible, but I think we've got some really good programs going on right now. And I felt they put a lot of focus on that when they put no focus on food, rec, things, roaches, rats. None of that was even brought up. And there wasn't even a whole lot about medical other than MRIS, which that was good. They were going to loosen up the rules for that. But other than that, just a bunch of pages.
I'm going to have to... I just skimmed over it because my friend Joy sent it to me, and I skimmed. I did print out I think is
the executive summary.
No, the Texas Tribune's article.
Oh yeah, that was good. That article was good. I saw that too.
Yeah, and they really, the part, I highlighted parts so I could read it tonight on the show.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is
Good for you. Read it.
Yeah, I just
they highlighted some good. They did. They highlighted the good and the good bad.
Right. Now the whole, I do have the entire Sunset Commission report. Do you think that could get in, Sharon?
I do think it. I do. I mean, it's public information. I don't know why it couldn't. Try it.
Yeah, you never know with them. They've denied some weird stuff. It's like, okay. Lately it's been pretty bad, especially at Polinsky. I don't know why, but I might as well try.
And may as well try. I heard too that they're more than skimming through legal mail in front of people.
I heard that too.
I heard that it was a.
And that is a no.
Yep, and trying to say like this. Well, this is not legal mail.
Yeah.
And they can only say that because they're looking at it like that. They're not supposed to do that. It's not. If it came from an attorney, it's legal mail.
Absolutely. Hey, Sharon, what's your P.O. box so we can get that out so people can write to you?
Okay, the P.O. box is 300-220, Austin, Texas, 78703.
All right, Sharon, thank you for coming on, and we look forward to having you again soon.
All right, we'll talk to y'all next time.
All right, thanks. Okay. She's gone. Boom. Okay, let's get to Brittany.
Hello.
Hey, Brittany, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Yeah, living the dream, man.
Yeah. Well, good.
So what do you have for us tonight? I know you got something good.
Yeah, so I sent off a big batch of public information requests, and I received some of them back last week. One of the most alarming ones was, I know Paul Flav had touched on it on his article, but the 65 suicides within the year. So I'd kind of reached out to you and asked you if we could come on here and just kind of talk a little bit about that. But, primarily the understanding overall that mental health issues are in abundance within the units. So because of what I reviewed within the public information request, I sent off some emails to the Ombudsman, CID, a few State House representatives, primarily looking for solutions. Because with Texas prison reform, we have the incarcerated coming up with the solutions. Essentially, they're going to be living in it. They have an idea of the overall culture within the unit or units. So one of the solutions that they had came up with nearly 2 years ago was proposing group recreation. And, there's stipulations to group recreation, such as having an expected level of behavior for a period of time or, being able to pass a urine analysis to be sure that we're not sending anybody into a day room with someone who is actively in psychosis or under the influence of some chemical. But also extending the call times for restrictive housing. They only have the ability right now to call from 2 to 8. And I'm not certain if that's as far as all the other classifications of restrictive housing as well. Death row, it's solitary confinement any way they want to call it. But I'm not sure their calling hours. But
it's 2
our thinking is
2 to 8.
2 to 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're also further restricted. Our thinking is a lot of the death in custody reports are revealing deaths that happen in, late night, early morning hours. And to be able to extend that time, especially on weekends, we've all had someone call up with an emergency on a weekend, and all their loved ones know how hard it is to get a hold of anybody within that unit. So just having the ability to make those calls in those off hours and those off days to alert someone on the unit to a mental health crisis. But part of what I did get from the Sunset Advisory Commission's report was it seemed like they have a pretty good overall grasp of the issues. They touched on the staffing shortages and the retention rate. Within the report, they also touched on programs and not knowing if essentially if they're beneficial. The taxpayers are paying for them, but what is the raw takeaway of an individual when he walks out of a program? There's a lot of what I've seen in that report. There are solutions in abundance. But one thing, aside from talking about the outdated infrastructure, the computer systems and everything, they didn't mention the outdated thinking.
Oh, good point.
And I think that's an overall culture, and as dangerous as people inside Texas prisons are, I think the culture that if we keep doing these same things, it's going to change. I don't know. It's like the public has Stockholm syndrome, in a sense that they're all convinced what is being done with their money is the best thing that can be done with their money. And when I hear these solutions coming out of Incarcerated and sometimes from staff, I'm just wondering if we could get the people in the offices to sit and to actually listen. And, it's said that a lot of these individuals that are sentenced by a jury of their peers, but at what point do they become not their peers anymore? We can all learn a lot from each other. It's just a matter of being able to sit down and listen. And that wasn't spoken about in the report, how to sit down and get these issues handled. I know the McConnell riot, for instance, a lot of the advocates could feel that tension building months before it happened. And we feel it in the begging in the letters for help or in the phone calls early in the morning from loved ones. We can read the suffering in their handwriting. And months prior to that happening, there had been emails sent letting them know these are all the issues, these are all the people. Here are some solutions. But Texas has to be open-minded enough to listen, and that's one thing I didn't hear in that report.
No. And, this past week, the Memorial Unit had 3 suicides and a death. And that's just within a few days. And their solution, well, I don't want to say solution, but they're taking the men in the Bible college and they're having them go back into the restrictive housing area and talk to these men between the hours. I think my friend said between midnight and 6 in the morning, I think. So
good. That's
yeah. So you even saying that they're noticing, maybe something late at night into early morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of thoughts that happen, when things quiet down, or when the ability to reach out isn't there. And, just a few subtle changes could save so many lives. And it's just allowing them to understand that, humanity is supposed to become, much farther along than this, I guess.
Have you heard anything about the panic button that you had mentioned?
No, we have not received any response. they, a few years ago, they used to send confirmation of receiving them, but I think primarily it may be in part the air conditioning lawsuit. A lot of the complaints aren't getting responses, but they're getting resolved. But as far as if they're actively trying to find a life-saving measure that would be available to everyone equally, I haven't heard of anything in the works yet.
Okay, because that was an excellent idea, and I know a lot of people were really excited about that proposal, but, it does take the other side listening, too.
Right, exactly. I don't know if, if the taxpayers knew that the people that don't want to listen are part of what's causing their taxes. I don't know. They might be more keen on innovative ideas and solution-orientated thinking and discussions.
So, Brittany, we have to close it out, but what's an address they can reach you at?
So if they want to write the Texas Prison Community Advocates, it's at P.O. Box 1974, Fulton, Texas, 78358.
All right. Well, thank you, Brittany, so much. And
Absolutely.
I know that you will be on again in a few weeks, right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
I look forward to it. Thank you guys again.
All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend. All right. Now, Linda.
Yes, I'm here.
You're here. Hello.
Yes.
All right. So, good evening, everyone on Texas Death Row and everyone else listening, because we all know you are listening. And shout out to our friends over in the federal prison system. 2 men have been executed since we were last on the show. Travis Mullis was executed on September 24th, and Garcia White, or Big White, was executed on October 1st. Big White's last words were, "Yes, ma'am. First, I would like to apologize for all the wrong I have done and for pain I've caused to the Edwards family. I regret, I apologize, and I pray that you can find peace, comfort, and closure in your heart for the wrong I have done and the pain I have caused you and anybody else I've caused pain to. I just want to apologize. I take responsibility for it. I regret. I hope you find closure. I also would like to thank my family and friends and loved ones. Thank you all for the love and comfort y'all have shown. I pray for the administration, all the guards, and just pray for my brothers and sisters behind these walls, that y'all continue to help each other and lift each other up in love. I pray for all the field ministers and life coaches. I just thank you for so many things, Father. I just pray that y'all have peace on this earth. Y'all just keep coming together. And again, I'm sorry for all the pain I caused to anyone. I just ask you to please find comfort and closure in your heart. I would like to sing a song." And then he sang, "I trust in God. I apologize and I'm sorry for all the pain I have caused again to my family and friends and loved ones. Keep your heads up. Stay strong. To my brothers and sisters incarcerated, y'all just keep pushing forward. Keep loving one another. To the administration again and to the guards, thank you for treating us like human beings. Thank you, and I pray." That's it, Warden. Okay, now for some good news. Some Texas lawmakers met with Robert Robertson last week in the Polunsky Chapel, and Robert was without handcuffs, no shackles, nothing. This is amazing. Robert, you have one hell of a team behind you, and that includes the prison show, and your wife is here with us, too. She's standing right behind you, too, or right beside you, I should say, because, I'm a feminist. We're standing behind you, but she's standing beside you. So right now, according to TDCJ, we have 3 scheduled executions in Texas. Of course, we know there's more coming. So you can do your part by calling the governor, 512-463-2000 or 512-463-1782. And, of course, you call the DAs for each county. And, of course, a big shout-out to Leroy, the PAC unit. Hey, because you reminded me no voice is too small. So the 3 scheduled executions, Robert Robertson is scheduled for October 17th and is out of Anderson County. And you have a hearing on October 15th that I know a ton of us will be at. Stephen Nelson is scheduled for February the 5th and is out of Tarrant County. And David Wood is scheduled for March the 13th and is out of El Paso. Now, nothing has changed yet. The September 30th went along, but all those orders will be released on the 7th, which is Monday. But Ruben Gutierrez, the U.S. Supreme Court, agreed to take up your appeal challenging the state's DNA testing statute as unconstitutional. Gabriel Hall, Moses Mendoza, and Aurelie Escobar, Richard Tabler, and Chong Tong. I think all of y'all were heard on the 30th. So be looking out next week. Well, I'll try to get some information in, or we'll send you an e-message. Rodney Reed, you did have oral arguments at the 5th Circuit on the 23rd. District Judge Pittman dismissed without prejudice because of want for jurisdiction on your motion for release from judgment pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 60, and dismissed your motion for discovery without prejudice. No COA will be issued, and all other remaining motions are denied, and that was out of the district court. Irving Davis, on September the 23rd, Judge Cardone denied your motion to alter or amend judgment, and a COA is denied at the district court. Elijah Joubert, on September 24th, Judge Hittner denied your petition for writ of habeas corpus and dismissed your case with prejudice at the district court. And Gabriel Hall, on September 9th, you filed an opposed motion to compel the TDCJ to ensure that you are uncuffed during the expert evaluation at the district court. And of course, TDCJ is opposed to that. They filed a motion on September the 26th. Obel Cruz Garcia, on September 27th, the state filed its opposition to your motion for a COA at the 5th Circuit. And Brian Senega, on September 30th, you filed a response to the state's reply to your habeas petition, and you filed a notice of constitutional question at the district court. And I think Linda has a poem.
I do. I have a poem from Rachel Stanford from the O'Daniel Unit. It's called I Trust in You. Lord, I sit here in prison today because long ago I lost my way. I'd plead, I'd cry, constantly wondering why, until I realized that through my tragedy, all the pain that's happened to me, you gave me a strong testimony to help others not feel down or lonely, even though my heart will still ache. It's not full of sorrow and fear that I can't shake. Instead, I'm full of hope and growing love, all thanks to you, my Father above. Now I can say, Lord, I trust in you. Lead me in your way, and in love like you do, thank you for never giving up on me and for helping me see that even though I'm in prison, I am free. That's a beautiful poem. I like it.
I do too.
And I'm glad we got one from a lady.
Absolutely. 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 You too can have your poem read on the air. So definitely send those on to Linda. And mail can be sent to us at 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, America. 77371. I forgot. I haven't said it in so long. 77371. So send your poems. Send us your letters. And we will. And if you want a copy of the Sunset Commission, definitely give us a shout and maybe we'll send it. It's pretty thick though. I'm not sure if they'll well, they should let it in.
I got plenty of paper.
You got
Yep.
Shit, Linda has plenty, or we can put like 4 to 1, and that way they'll have to put a couple pairs of glasses on. I know. Some of my friends used to complain about that. Dani, I can't read that. And I think we have 5 minutes for Joy to come up because, as you all know, are you coming? Joy's here. Joy from just got back from her long trip from Canada, and she's here. Is the mic on? Because I don't want to get yelled at, David.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
I already told her that. I told her to get up there and talk into the mic.
Oddly enough, I'm usually the one that gets yelled at for talking into the mic.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. Shh.
Okay, people. The HIPAA forms. Have you signed them? Have you got your loved ones' names on the HIPAA forms? This is important. This is very important. I have seen firsthand over the last few weeks the importance of this. Brian David is now the poster child of the HIPAA forms. His family went an entire week not knowing whether he was dead or alive. The hospital said it was TDCJ's responsibility. TDCJ said it was the hospital's responsibility. And in reality, nobody knew what was going on. And it was a nightmare.
Understand his mama knew nothing. His family knew nothing.
All because of the HIPAA forms not being signed. And it's not about...
it's just about information.
Yeah.
Information.
All she wanted to know was her son okay? She didn't want to know anything other than that. Was he okay? And they wouldn't even tell him that. The hospital said it was TDCJ property, or their responsibility, and TDCJ said no. He was in a free world hospital, so therefore they had to have the information come from them, and it was just back and forth, back and forth.
So the people that have been in prison for years understand when you go so long without information from your loved one, especially if you knew they were sick, not knowing, you understand the not knowing. His mama didn't know. And you can have, if you want 10 people on that HIPAA, you can have 10 people.
Exactly.
You just have to put their names down.
Oh, you can, you can have...
You could say, oh.
My bad. Stuff just kind of falls out of my mouth. Bloop, there it goes. No, you can have 40 people. You can have as many people as you want. I mean, if you know 40 people. But, I mean...
If 40 people like you, then...
If you're like me, you'd have like one, because I try to not socialize, but, but...
She wanted to come on tonight because of the importance. She was there with Brian Davis's mother, his sister, his father. She understood what they were going through because she was going through it too. Brian is her friend, and we were all, even the guys on death row, they wanted to know what was going on with Brian, or his nickname's BD. What's going on with BD? We don't know. Because you didn't fill out the form.
Exactly.
And if we could all go stand there and point at them right now, we would. You
yeah. I mean, it was crazy. And sadly, I mean, he kept saying, wait, let me fill out the form. I didn't wait because he didn't have time to wait. I mean, for anyone that was around him that saw that, I mean, in the end, I mean, yeah.
We do owe some gratitude for Warden Knoll. He kept Brian, after the form was filled out, he kept Brian.
He was wonderful with the family. Now, I mean, the information now, thanks, to Warden Knoll, he was great. But now that he has left the building, now we're back to no updates. I mean, it's like pulling teeth trying to get an update on Beatty's progress, but yeah.
So the takeaway here, and she felt it was so important that she wanted to come on tonight, is that please don't put your families through
Don't
that.
put them through this. Fill out your HIPAA forms. It's important, guys.
And it's for 2 years. It
Yeah.
used to be for 6 months. Now
Yeah,
it's for
it's
2
2
years.
Fill it out. Your family need that peace of mind.
And plus, they can advocate for you. With that form, they can get in there and raise some hell.
Oh, yeah. And Dani, you're supposed to be wearing this, girl. Come on.
She brought me
Come on, girl. Come on. Put that on.
Y'all's favorite word tonight's hell, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You found a cuss word you can say on KPFT?
I can say hell on this.
There you go, girl.
See,
girl, you look so hot.
there.
That is good. There you
She
go.
brought Linda the little ears like
She looks like Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse.
She looks so cute. She looks
Canadian Minnie Mouse.
Canadian Minnie Mouse. I'm sitting here with these 2 Canadian things on my head and little strips going down.
No. Those are your little strippers.
And I look really cute, I think.
She does.
She does. Linda looks cute. I look like, Billy Sims says that, the stripper pole.
There you go. There.
So now I have
You
the
look good.
appropriate. All right. So
Okay,
we're going to.
And can I say one more thing here?
Yeah.
Just for the rest of y'all. Now, if y'all, I don't know if people have heard, but now Beatty, obviously y'all know Beatty on death row. If y'all know, his sidekick is
Creeper.
And I don't know if the rest of you guys know, but Creeper's mama passed away. So, and he's already had a rough go losing Beatty. So y'all, if you can keep Creeper in your prayers too, that would be greatly appreciated. He's had a rough couple weeks here.
So give him a great big hug.
Yeah, just keep him in your prayers. All right, thanks, guys. Fill out those HIPAA forms. Thank you.
His name is Little Johnny, and he's only 10 years old. With both eyes swollen shut, his young heart is growing cold. He is afraid to cry or do anything wrong, for fear that he will be beaten, then locked away all night long. 23 hours in confinement with no way out of his cell, no visits or privileges, no hope of leaving this hell. World of incarceration scars every man, woman, and child. The pain it brings leaves no one safe, no place can be found. When Johnny's daddy comes home, he tries his best to hide. So maybe he will only get one whipping tonight. The sound of his daddy's cursing as he stumbles from the car. He drove home drunk Johnny, and he's only 20 years old. He's serving a life sentence with no possibility of parole. Johnny's daddy taught him well with every scar on his face. Johnny grew up and murdered men, now he's gonna die in this place. 23 hours in confinement with no way out of his cell. No visits or privileges, no hope of leaving this hell. World of incarceration scars every man, woman, and child. The pain it brings leaves no one safe, no peace can be found.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
All right. And
So, before you start, I'm going to interrupt because that's what my favorite thing to do.
I know. Go ahead.
But I want to give some good news. I know we've been talking about it for a long time, and I don't know if you're going to make that announcement, but I want to make the announcement.
I was waiting for you.
Okay, well, I didn't want to spoil everything that was going on with Dayna and all that stuff, but, you know, for 4 years now, we've been going back and forth with Securus and TDCJ, and I know a lot of guys out there that are almost ready to give up hope or whatever, but I actually talked with Moises today. I was sitting there, and Moises called me. I looked over and seen his name on the phone, and I thought, well, I'll be... Because... we've been waiting, and he told us it'd be like 2 or 3 weeks, and I think it's been like 2 or 3 months.
Uh-huh.
So Adovo has started, and they're rolling it out, is what he said. But they're rolling it out in regions. He said that they've got it out in Region 2 right now. So you guys that are in Region 2, you can see Adovo, which is supposed to be educational, but they're also got other shows on there, other radio programs and whatnot. And I'm supposed to get a phone call or an email or whatever either Monday or Tuesday. And that they're going to introduce us to who our spokesperson is with Adovo. And so that we can work out everything, because we're already approved with TDCJ. Jason Clark himself called Securus and said, let the prison show be on the tablets. So now we just got to get all the details worked out with Adovo, and we'll be on the tablets. So
Woohoo!
Not exactly sure how much time that's going to be or whatever, but at least it's in the process. And it's been a long process. And I'm sorry, guys, that it took so long, but I'm just going to be honest with you. They said we could get on Panda app, but we're not a religious show. And we don't want to exclude anybody. And Ray Hill was really adamant about it whenever he asked me to be producer. He didn't want me to make it a Christian show. And even though I'm Christian and I believe that way, I don't believe that everybody has to believe that way. I think you have a freedom of choice. And we want to make sure that you're included. And this is the prison show. It's not a church. It's not chapel. It's not Bible study. We want to make sure that we're here for you. We're a platform for advocacy. Your punishment is your incarceration. Your punishment is not to be starved or overheated or beaten up or raped or whatever else goes on down there. So we're here for you, and we're trying our best to get on the tablets. That way everybody can hear us. How's that?
That's wonderful. Everybody. And I also wanted to clarify, there was an article that came out today from the Texas Tribune, and it says, like I said earlier with Dayna, many state prison inmates in Texas, including people on death row, are eligible to vote. Under a little-known section of state elections law, felons who are actively appealing their convictions can legally cast a ballot even if they're currently behind bars. So again, if you're actively appealing your conviction, you can legally cast a ballot even if you're currently behind bars. Now, of course, and this article does mention 175 people on death row. And I know most of y'all are appealing your convictions. So, and we can thank Jennifer Toone, who is the project director at Lioness Justice Impacted Women's Alliance. She's one of the people that got this information out. Of course, like Dayna said, the deadline to be registered is October 7th, and the last day to request a mail-in ballot is October 25th.
So get on the ball. Go down to your post office, your library, wherever you got to go to make sure you get that voter ready.
Right. And if you're incarcerated, contact Linda.
By Monday.
By Monday. No hesitation. All right.
So what's your phone number? Oh, wait a minute.
1-900.
Yeah. All right. Who we got to call?
Rosa on line 3. Hey, Rosa.
Hello. Hey, how are y'all doing tonight?
We are doing great.
Good. I just want to give a shout-out to my man, David Gatton. He's at the Ramsey Unit, and I just want to tell him that I love him, and I'm thinking about him, and I'm praying for him. And all the inmates in TDC, I pray for them every day. So, and I just love what y'all are doing over there, and I enjoy listening to y'all show. Y'all are doing a great job, and I thank y'all for that.
You are so awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And give us a call next week. Give us a call next week. Thank you.
I sure will. All right. You'll have a great weekend.
You too.
Right,
bye-bye. Okay. Now we have Ave Maria.
Good evening. This is Eva Maria from Germany again. I would like to say hello to my pen friend Rodolfo Medrano and to everyone in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, especially to those who don't have friends or family outside prison. And I even tried to speak some Spanish for you. Please forgive my accent. Hola a todos en el Texas Department de Criminal Justice. Os saludo desde Alemania, especialmente a aquellos que no tienen contactos fuera de prisión. Pienso en ti, no estás olvidado, Eva Maria. I wish you a blessed weekend and God may give you all the strength that you need. God bless you, Eva Maria.
All right, that was nice. All right, now we have Captain Tom, who we haven't heard from in a while. So, Captain Tom, hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing, trying to recover. I'm healing from my surgery.
Oh, wait, I didn't know you had surgery.
Yes, I was in the VA hospital. I thought David knew that.
Oh.
I did, and I talked to you whenever you got out.
No, I said, but he didn't disseminate
yeah.
that information to the masses.
Oh, Linda knew it too. We talked about it. We actually brought it up, so I'm not sure what you.
I was excluded. I was the one excluded.
So we have a failure to communicate. Okay.
Clearly, or they were just excluding me from the information. But are you feeling okay, Tom?
I'm trying to recover, Dani, but thank you for your concern.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling.
How's everybody tonight?
Well, we're making it.
Well, that sounds good. That sounds real good. All right, let me do my shout out here. So we have Arkansas Juju Leroy, John Armstrong, J.B. Anderson, Clarence Lee Bowman, Pete Sines, George Johnson, John R. Green, Stephen Young, Terrence Carmichael, John Wayne, let's see, Mike Dean, Robert Brown. We have Terry Lee Lewis. We have Thomas Harris, Samuel B. Harris. We have Robert Harris. We have Jacob Harold, Peter Torres, Thomas Mitchell, Bob Dunn, and that's about it for this week. And you can still donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. And I'm going back to the hospital to get some more work done on my foot, left foot, and that'll be on the 11th of October. So I will try next week to be on the air.
And Tom, I must say, you know someone named Jerry Lee Lewis and someone named John Wayne?
Yes, I do.
Wow. Okay.
Well, yeah, they're incarcerated veterans.
Oh, no, I'm just, the odds of, two men with famous names and you know both of them.
Terry Lee Lewis was in the Army, and he was incarcerated, and he's down there in Roshan, so, Okay.
And
I got, by the way, I want to mention that John Armstrong, he recently was transferred to Abilene. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and John Armstrong is a 25-year veteran of the Air Force, and he was recently convicted for a crime he didn't commit. So I'm happy to deal with that problem. I'm trying to get a pardon for him and get him out of prison, but that's not going to work. So, we're working on every problem, as much as possible.
Well, thank you, Tom, and good luck on the 11th.
Well, I'm appreciate y'all's concern and your prayers, and I'm praying for y'all too.
Well, thank you, Tom. Hopefully, we'll hear from you next week.
You certainly will.
All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we have Lydia on line 2.
Dani.
Hey, Lydia.
Hi, Dani.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing better, lots better. I feel better.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to give a shout-out to my son, Beto. And I wanted to tell him that Frankie's fine, mijo. I called Tia after I got off the phone with you, and they were home already. Frankie's fine. He's back home already, okay? I guess maybe he just thought he was having... it wasn't a heart attack. It was just... I don't know what it was, but he's back home already, okay? He's fine. I just wrote the information for Fina on a piece of paper on a tablet, and I'm going to take it by tomorrow to Fina with the address so she can write to you, mijo. Okay? And I just saw Ruben was on the news with some good news. So that's really awesome. It was just on the 10 o'clock news here. But that's about all, mijo. It rained. We got some good rain, and we'll probably get more tomorrow. There's some kind of storm brewing out there. Again, going towards Florida somewhere. And that's about it, mijo. I love you. Call me tomorrow. And I'm going to be taking Alex out about noon, I think, tomorrow. So I should be free by 2. 2 hours of driving with her will be more than enough. Okay? Love you. Good night. Get some rest. And saludos to all the guys. You know who you are. Thank you. Thank you, Dani. Good night, Linda, David.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a great weekend.
You too, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And gentlemen.
And I see no gentleman. Okay. James Dudley. Are you playing? What is that noise? Okay, James Dudley over at the Wallace Pack Unit. Big shout out to you from Freddie. He's got to get up at 3:30 in the morning. So he wanted to give a big shout out to you. And now we have Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Bethel, Garza, and Polunsky. Hey Boo, how are you? I hope that you're in good health, spirits, staying safe, and that there's a smile on your handsome face. As for me, things are okay. I'm here. I don't know whether you can hear Daytona beside me, but yeah, she is bossing me for something, but I do not know what she wants. I went up to Buddy today, and he is doing good, and he says howdy. And I gave him some carrots for you, which actually reminds me, I have to go to the store and get him more carrots tomorrow when I'm coming home from work. Yeah, so I'm going to have to put a note in so that I remember that. Other than that, yeah, everything is good. The weather here now, it's back to normal. It's actually really nice yet. The rain has stopped for the time being. Anyway, and the sun is shining. Yeah, it's not that warm, but I suppose it's like fall, and yeah, but it's actually quite nice for the time of year. Yeah, other than that, yeah, all is good. I'm just chilling out. I'm in work tomorrow for a meeting, and that's about it. And then I'm off for a few days, so yay. Yeah, so please know that you mean the world to me, and know that I'm sending you big hugs and kisses. So good night, sweet dreams, and stay safe. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
All right. And now we have Leanne.
Hello.
Hi, Leanne.
Hi. Greetings to you and David at the prison show. Thank you for having me. I just wanted to give a shout out to all the ladies and gentlemen that are currently incarcerated across Texas. I received so many messages of recovery, get well wishes. I'm sorry about my voice. I just suffered a stroke, as many of the guys and girls know, last Friday, and I am out of the hospital and recovering. And I want to thank all the ladies and guys that have sent me messages through Securus to get well. I am getting well. I will be able and available back in my office beginning Monday. So, again, I'm on call till 10 p.m. All the guys and girls that are on my list, they know they can call me up to 10 p.m. Sometimes the calls come in all the way to 11 o'clock. I don't deny a call. I receive a call. Again, I'm Leanne Salve, the Reaching Behind Bars Network in the Houston area. And I want to thank the prisons, Joe, David. Thank you for your encouragement and prayers. I am getting much better.
Hey, amen. We really appreciate you. You're healthy enough you're going to be able to come back on the 18th?
Oh, yes. Believe it or not, I received some handwritten mail. Well, not necessarily handwritten, but they did it on typewriters.
Right.
They sent me mail. They said that they had heard me. Last Friday is actually when I had the stroke. We did the shout out last Friday.
Wow.
And then hours later, I had my stroke, which is crazy. But again, I'm okay. The doctor says I am going to be okay. My speech is getting better. I ended up losing a little bit of, clear speech pattern. I don't know if you can hear a little bit of struggle in it, but I want all the guys out there, Ramsey Unit, Cofield, Michael Unit, the Estelle Unit, Polinsky. There is a gentleman there at the death row. Oh gosh, my mind. I can't even get his name out of my mind right now. Into my mind. I'm sorry. You know who you are. This is golly, I'm struggling, David. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But yes,
we understand. You got to recover.
I will be available the 18th. I'll be back to normal. They got me doing speech kind of therapy practices with my ABCs. But I received mail. All of you that wish to reach out to me, Leanne Sal, Reaching Behind Bars Network, 333 Dominion Drive, DOMINION, number 812, Katy, Texas, 77450, and reach out to me by mail, and then I always follow through. I respond to everybody's mail through Securus, and then, of course, I add them to my phone contacts in case they end up needing me. And, again, to all the guys who are currently on death row, my heart goes out to you. I'm thinking about Robert, who is also there, Robert Robertson. Oh, gosh, there's another important one that I correspond with. I just can't seem to grab it out of the back of my head. Anyway, my heart is with you all. I guess you all know that I do not support the death penalty. We are, out here trying to fight to, do the abolition. I mean, fighting against the death penalty. You can hear the struggle, right, David?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry to the prison show.
You don't have to apologize. You need to get some rest. We appreciate you calling in and shouting out. And
okay. Well, thank you to everybody. Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Remember we talked about, like, next week, maybe you can write some stuff down, and that way you got some notes, and whenever you start struggling, all you got to do is look at your notes. It'll help out a lot.
I already have that ready in my office. I'm just not in my office right now.
So did you hear our good news? David. I heard from Moises today.
From who?
Moises Guerrero.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he called, and he's supposed to hook us up with Adovo, with the contact over at Adovo, and he's going to send me that information next week. So.
Oh, great!
It'll be like Monday or Tuesday.
Oh yes, I'll send you my email, and then you send me your email, and then I'll email you from my my office email, and we'll go from there because I really want to see what we can do to get that really rolling.
All right.
But thank you all. Have a good night, y'all.
All right. Night.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. Now we have Gloria on line 3.
Hear me?
Hey, Gloria.
Hey. Oh, my gosh. So much happening. David, this thing you're talking about with Adobo?
Yeah.
That is totally separate from the women's unit being able to hear the prison show on their radios, right?
Right. Instead of being able to hear us on the radio, they'll be able to hear us on a tablet. That way they won't have to worry about reception or storms or anybody blocking the signal or whatever. We'll be right on the tablet.
Oh, okay. I mean, because even at Polinsky, like half the time Spider says he can't get the KPFT.
Well, that's why we've been trying to get on the tablets to bypass the radio waves. As much as we love KPFT, and we're not planning on leaving KPFT, but we want to make sure that the guys can hear. And the tablet has some kind of FM app, and all it really is a wire inside the little iPad. So it's not really an antenna at all. It's not an app. So they can't really pick us up. Cool. They have to have a radio, and then they have to have some kind of homemade antenna or something. I mean, it's...
Yeah, they have to rig it up some way.
Right. We'll be on the tablets then.
Well, that's going to be great. Yay. I hope it doesn't take forever. And I hope these tablets quit breaking.
Yes.
God, I keep getting... Anyway. Okay. First of all, I want to give a shout-out to Howard Guidry, who I haven't talked to in forever and a day. But, Howard, I got to thank you for what you wrote. Somebody, what's it called, Death Row Soul or something, put it on our Facebook page, about what you wrote about Big White. I wish we had that Tuesday when we were outside the Walls unit so we could have shared it with everybody that was with us out there. Have you seen that, Dani?
I have not. I'm going to have to look it up.
Well, it's on our Facebook page for the abolition movement. And Howard, I wanted to ask you if it was okay if I give this to Big White's mom, Liz White, and his sister, if I make a copy of it and get it to them. Can he send me a JPEG, or I have to send him one first?
If he's on your list?
I can't remember.
If he's on your list, then he should be able to send you something. But if he isn't on your list, then you need to add him.
Okay. All right. Well, Howard, I will check when I get off the phone and see if you're on my list. I can't remember. And if not, I will add you, because I'm sure that Big White's family would love to see your words. They were very touching. Very touching. Okay, Tony Medina. So very sorry about your mom. I'm just condolences big time to you. I know for any of us to lose a parent is rough. I was a daddy's girl, so I was torn up more when my dad died. But anyway, your mom has always stood by you and loved you all these years, and I'm just sorry that she didn't live to see you hopefully walk out of that damn place one of these days. So at our meeting Wednesday night, we signed a card, and I'll get that to you in the mail tomorrow. But anyway, just hang in there and keep memories of Golda just close to your heart. Robertson. Wow, I can't believe they're going to finally have a hearing in Palestine for you. And that's going to be on the 15th. And I am going to get my rear end out of bed early, and I'm going to drive to Palestine. I think that's a Tuesday. Is that right, Dani?
Yes, it is a Tuesday.
And I don't know how long it'll last. It seems like it shouldn't last long because this whole thing seems very clear that they have totally screwed up, that there wasn't a crime and you need to go home. But anyway, Robert, the photos of you with the legislators out of the cell walking around the unit were just amazing. So anyway, much love to you. Let's see. Tyrone Williams. I got your information to some attorneys, and I'm waiting to hear back from them, so I'll let you know. And then another Tyrone, whose name won't come to me because I don't know him. Does Jester 4 hear the prison show?
Oh, yes. Yes, they can.
Okay. Somebody at Jester 4 named Tyrone wrote a letter to our P.O. box for attorney Fancy because he heard on the prison show that Fancy was now a lawyer because she was on last month for the abolition movement. But she is still up in Michigan. But anyway, he talked to my daughter today. He called me, and I put my daughter on the phone because she's a lawyer. And so anyway, Tyrone, at Jester, I want you to know that I'm waiting on her to give me some appellate lawyers that you can contact. She said she put together a list. I haven't seen her because I went to my great grandson's baseball game. But anyway, as soon as she gets that to me, I will mail it to you. And Spider, I don't know if you can hear me tonight. And I can't remember what was wrong with your tablet this time. Anyway, un abrazo, if you can hear me. And I think... Oh, No, Ruben Gutierrez. Lydia just said she saw it on the news. Now, I haven't had the news on, but I just put the SCOTUS blog on our Facebook page where they say they're going to take up a rare capital case. And a federal court had said that people had the right to, for this DNA testing, but then the Fifth Circuit said no, but now the Supreme Court's going to hear your case, and I am just so excited because it was actually the Supreme Court that gave Ruben a stay of execution. I'm on the phone, sweetie. A stay of execution, when was that, in July? So at first I thought, oh, God, it's going to be next year. But then I read that the next Supreme Court session actually starts next week. So who knows how soon your case will come up, Ruben. But I think this will be great. And because they did allow Rodney Reed's request for DNA to override the Fifth Circuit, then hopefully they will do the same thing for you. So that is just wonderful news to hear. Okay, I'm taking up enough time. That's it. Thanks, y'all, very much, and see you soon.
Thank you, Gloria.
All righty.
Bye-bye. All right, now we have Kiana.
Yeah.
Hi, Kiana.
Hey, Dani. Hi, Dave. My name is Kiana. I want to, shout out my fiance, Jeremiah Rodriguez, from Beaumont, Texas. And I want to thank y'all for, giving the family a voice for the inmates. Because without y'all show, they would not have a voice.
Aw, that's so sweet. And I have some mail from him. He's so nice.
He's very sweet. He's amazing. So I'm happy that he wrote y'all. But
well, go ahead, shout him out.
So I shout my fiance out, Jeremiah Rodriguez from Beaumont, Texas. Thank y'all.
Has he got a nickname like Sugar Pom Pom or anything?
Oh my God.
No, it's Money Maya.
Okay.
No Sugar Pom Pom.
No. He'd be laughing right now. I'm pretty sure he's laughing right now.
He better be. He better be. Well, thank you, Kiana, for calling in.
Yeah, have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, and I do believe there was someone mysterious waiting to leave a shout out, right? Am I right?
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout outs for the prison show this week. Here's my shout outs to Guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Janie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout out for Philip Perez, Lucy, and Miss Shell. Want me to do a shout out for Paul. Shout out for Jovan, Matt, Thomas, Edward Rees, Adam Wilkerson. Shout out for Haas. Shout out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout out for Keith Money. Tasha wants me to do a shout out for Payday. Shout out for Oz. Shout out for Curtis Robertson. Shout out for Blaine Milam. Shout out for Bill R. Sims. Shout out for Wayman Lee Cart. And a special shout out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. And you can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth. And go Cougs tonight. They're going to be playing the TCU Horned Frogs in Fort Worth, Texas at the Armand Carter Stadium. Hopefully the Cougs will win tonight. And go Texans, playing the Buffalo Bills at NRG Stadium on Sunday. Hopefully the Texans will beat the Bills. And now, adios, back to the prison show.
Adios, Mike. Adios. All right, we have...
You think he's got his leprechaun suit on?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I kind of miss whenever we had the Zoom calls, he'd always have some kind of hat on, like a Daniel Boone hat or Pilgrim's hat. Or
he even came to the old station wearing these weird... It's like, when I first started going, I was like, who is this man?
He said he was the largest leprechaun in the world, and then he would walk on stilts in the parade.
Oh, my God. There's a vision.
Yeah.
There's a vision. No.
He better have his suspenders on.
Absolutely. Well, we have Manuela here in the studio wanting to give a shout out to her husband.
Yes, I will try to shout out to my husband because I know that he, the last weeks, wasn't able to listen to the prison show over the day. I don't know. He told me the last 3 weeks he wasn't able to listen to us.
Oh.
So, yeah, I do hope and pray that he is able to do it today. He told me over the day he can, and after 9 o'clock in the evening, nothing more.
We hear that a lot.
Yeah.
As soon as we come on, it goes off.
I try. Hey, baby, I love you, and I miss you. And I want to say good evening to you, baby, and hope that you are there, that you can hear me, my love. Well, we talked about everything today, and I'm looking forward to see you on Tuesday on our visit. I miss you so much with all of my heart, my baby, and I will try to do my best to comfort you, and I'm praying for you, baby, that everything will go well for you, and that you can take me in your arms very soon. That is all I want, and I need you, and I love you, and I miss you, and I want you, baby. And I want you and only you, and nobody else but you. God is my witness. Baby, good night. Sweet and blessed dreams to you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Sleep well, baby. Bye.
Oh, all the kisses. All the kisses.
Thank you, Dani.
All right, now let's get to Stacy.
This is to my husband, Sporty Black at Wainwright Unit. Hey, baby love, how's the day been for you? I'm glad you got some fresh air yesterday. The day for me has been paced. I just placed on the most recent VP post, but have not shared it on the platforms. I'll do that in the morning sometime tomorrow. The girls behaving. It's been a nice fall day here. I'm just missing us. We didn't go to the farmer's market today. I wanted to work on the machine work, but Mom's called and has a meatball sub waiting on me. Yeah, for dinner. Yeah. Baby, you're about to call, so this is just kissing you, our Friday night tuck-in. Yup. Mwah. Stay healthy and safe. Be tough and focused. I love you, Sporty.
Friday night tuck-in. That is cute. All right. Now we have Bob on line 1.
You hear me? Hello?
Hi, Bob. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is for Billy Sims. Billy, I'm sorry I haven't written to you for seems like maybe 2 months. I was waiting on that big package, and so you got that, and I've gotten several letters from you. I got a couple letters from some state agencies this past week, and I'm going to copy one of them, I think, before I send it to you. So it has to do with a step 1 and allegations. The other one, they included a complaint form. So just wanted you to know that ahead of time. I'm dragging. It's taking me weeks just to get another ballpoint pen so I can write to you. So thank you very much. That's all. Take care, Billy.
Thanks for calling, Bob.
All right. Now we have Leslie. Leslie. Sugar Pom Pom.
Yeah, Sugar Pom Pom is, I just hung up with him. Anyways, I've been under the weather and again.
Oh, God.
So, But anyways, I just wanted to say hello and that I have to shout out to the original Sugar Pom Pom. Yeah.
The original?
No, but I need to copyright that name, Sugar Pom Pom.
Yeah, absolutely, you do. Absolutely. Ain't no one else.
Hello. Dani, what are you doing? Who are you beating up?
She's
the pen.
She's having issues.
Yeah, the pen that I got. Oh, you can see me. I forgot. It's Facebook. The pen ran out of ink.
It's a disco pen.
It's a disco ball pen, and it ran out, and the ink won't work, and I'm shaking so it can start working.
It looks like a little star, like you're a little fairy.
Ding.
It's her wand.
Bing.
Yeah. Anyways, I hope everybody is having a great Friday. I missed almost all the show. I'm so sorry because I'm really loyal to the prison show.
As you should be.
Hello. Hello. Anyways, hi, David. Hi, Linda. Hi, Dani.
Hi, Sugar Pom Pom.
Hi, Sugar Pom Pom. You know, I really called my dog Maisie that. That's how it came up.
Oh, really?
And Patrick, yeah, my dog Maisie. Yeah, I was like, come here, my little Sugar Pom Pom. And then Patrick would say, how come I can't be your Sugar Pom Pom?
Oh,
I was
so
like, okay, my little Sugar Pom Pom.
He is the reason why. Oh, so it's his fault. He was nicknamed this. It's his fault. So I can again start yelling at him from across the room. Sugar Pom Pom.
Sugar Pom Pom. And then I want you to get up on the table, and I want you to just start twerking, Dani.
Oh,
so you can get up on the table and be like, woohoo!
That visual.
Yeah, the visual. Yeah.
At least she got a pom pom. She can get started.
My Hello. I think when we get married, I think I'm going to put hashtag or free sugar pom pom. I think that's what I want.
You should.
Free sugar pom pom.
Free him. Free him. That's right.
Yes. All right. Well, y'all have a good evening. Be safe. Wear your seatbelts. And
no, I refuse.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I don't even have
Wear
a
a
seatbelt.
helmet,
I wear a
David.
helmet and I wear my gloves, and I got my boots
Good.
on, but I'm not going to wear a seatbelt.
He's been stuck in that room with Linda all day. And he said it's
She's eating my candy bar.
Oh, Sugar Pom Pom,
Probably
I
toxic
ordered
in
him a
there.
Snickers. And
Oh,
he
not
ate
a
it.
Snickers.
Mm-hmm.
We could tell you some stories
Yeah,
about some Snickers.
Yeah, he
I don't think I haven't.
Yeah, we're not going to go there.
I haven't given her the Snicker.
Oh, you hadn't given her the Snickers yet?
David, what
the
is this
Snicker rundown. I have
picture
not.
that is on this phone here?
David.
I don't even.
Oh, is that Mysterious Mike?
Yeah, David just sent me a picture of Mysterious Mike with this huge, unfortunate hat on, and yeah. Anyway, I'm
What
gonna
kind of
send
holiday was that? Was that 4th of July?
Yes.
or
It
Memorial
appears to
Day
be.
or Labor Day or one of them. But Leslie's fixing to get it.
Uh-oh.
Dani, you got issues. Put that back on
Yeah.
your head, girl.
Yeah, Dani, you're so beautiful.
Oh well, thank you.
Do you two need a moment? Do you need a moment?
I know. Just a moment.
Yes, we do need a moment.
Oh my God.
Shoot. Don't start none, won't be none.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, thank you, girl.
All right. Y'all have a good evening.
You
My little
too.
Sugar Pom Pom, I love you. Over there in Beaumont. Yeah. Alrighty.
All right.
Good night, you guys. Bye.
Good night. Bye. Hope you feel better.
Hey, Gloria said she forgot a shout out. She said we need to wish Paul Story happy birthday from her, and it was great to see his mom whenever Big White was murdered.
That
is so
That's what she
Gloria.
said.
That is so
that
Gloria.
is very Gloria. And yes, Paul, your mom came out and it was great. So you, Linda, do you want, or Joy, you have 1 minute to give a shout out.
Yeah, well, Linda needs to make a shout out too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Chucky over at the Win Unit. Hello. I am coming to visit you on Sunday. I forget what time though. 2 till 4. That's what time. 2 till 4. So iron your suit and look presentable.
For a change.
For a change. Yeah. Comb your hair. What hair? Anyway, I'm just letting you know that I'm coming to visit. All right, 2 till 4 this Sunday. Be ready. I'll be there. All right.
All right, Linda.
And hey to all my other peeps.
Good evening, guys.
Gosh, cut me off, Linda. God, I had a minute. I was told a minute. Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Shortest minute ever.
It's been 3 minutes.
Hi to my friends over on Death Row that, because I haven't been out there to visit lately. So, anyway, big wheel.
Okay,
Much
now
love.
you can go ahead, Linda.
All right, I'm done.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Okay, Joel White, Michael Moyers, Thomas Miller L., Paul DeVoe, William Owen Sr., Jaime Cole, Franklin Davis, Will Spear, Cedric Marks, Robert Satterfield, Robert Solis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, William Hudson, Juan Balderas, Blaine Milam, Paul Story, Walter Sorto, Robert Robertson. Hey, Robert. Hope you're doing good tonight. Sure enjoyed hearing from you today. Britt Ripkowski, Charles Hill, Dwayne Buck, Tyrone Williams, Charles Ray Thurman, Iron Thunderhorse, Curtis Robertson, Stephen Curry, Eugene Broxton, Marcus Drury, Troy Glover, Bill Sims, Paper Cup at Estelle, Midget Titan at Estelle, Ken Decker, Gregory Allen, Dieball Unit, Jedediah Reed at the Luther Unit, and Sugar Pom Pom. I hope you're doing great tonight, too. I can't wait to come meet you one day.
Uh-oh. Leslie might be getting jealous.
Oh, I know.
over here.
Leslie's probably getting jealous if she's listening.
All
Sugar
right.
Pom Pom, sound like you got an admirer.
I know.
I'm his mama.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we were reading that letter. What was that inmate that was writing that letter about her feet?
Ew.
Oh, my feet. It made his toes curl up.
I forgot got to say hello to Rex.
Crazy.
And Curtis Claus.
Curtis Claus and Rex.
Curtis Claus and Rex.
And I want to give a big shout out to Rexalicious and CJ, of course, and my best friend Farron. Hey, Farron. And Brett Rapowski and Robert Solis. T. Big Head. Blaine. Daniel Ramirez. Hey, Daniel. Michael Ferguson. Larry. Kenneth Decker, Joel White, of course, Brian Bolt, Jay at the Win Unit, Joshua at the Estelle Unit, of course, Midget Titan, and Paper Cup at the Estelle Unit, and I think I said Kenneth Decker. I think I did. That's all I got. Wow. That's all I got, and I had a really great time at Rexalicious's graduation, so it was fabulous. Just fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yes. And I think, David, do I have a second?
You actually got about 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Wow. Okay. So what we were talking about, Sharon, in when she was talking about the Sunset Committee, so some of the big bullet points that when I was looking over the article by the Texas Tribune, boy, they were getting out some articles this week. So they were talking about that TDCJ needs to reallocate its staff, close the facilities with persistent staffing challenges, and retrofit existing units to add more beds. So in the article, somebody asked me if the Wainwright unit was closing. I have no idea if it's closing, but I think part of what they're getting that from is in this Sunset Review article, or in the actual text of it, it's saying to the prisons that do not have the capability to add air conditioning, like the older units, Ellis, Win unit, Bird, those types of units. Now, they didn't come out and say those units, so do not say, well, Dani said. No, Dani did not say that. What they're saying is the units that don't have the capability to have air conditioning is maybe retrofit the current units with additional beds. What they're doing right now at the Stiles unit in those heat-restricted areas is they're adding additional bunks inside one-man cells. So now there's going to be 2 men in there. And they're doing it throughout that area at the Stiles Unit 12 building. So I don't, it seems like that's one of the options that they were given. Keep in mind, TDC they don't need to follow this recommendation. They may. And David and I were also talking. It says a correctional officer who is responsible for 300 inmates would have just 6 seconds to perform each inmate check in order to comply with their primary duties.
See, they trust that Records does that before they get it on the clipboard. So if it's on the clipboard, they're processing them. They just don't have time for all that.
Yeah.
But if Records drops the ball and their name gets on the clipboard, or if somebody comes up and answers for that person, I mean...
right.
Yeah.
Which could happen.
Yeah, call out for Mike Lewis and Joe David shows up.
Yeah. And, I think that has a lot to do with, people with the mental health issues that Brittany was talking about. They don't have the manpower. And, 300 inmates for one officer?
I've seen it at the Walls unit. Whenever we used to get out at the Walls unit, I've seen the gym be so packed that, and then they're trying to get you in and out of a cage, and make sure you've got your property or your clothes or your medicine, all at the same time. It's chaos.
It is, and that's what I've heard. I've never been in that situation.
I've actually lived through that.
Yeah, but
a few times.
In an interview with Amanda Hernandez, she said that recruitment is a top priority and that the agency is undergoing a dramatic culture shift that centers around rehabilitation over punishment.
It'd be nice.
It would be.
I had a email from, I want to say he was the founder of the Marshall Project, but he's retired now. And he's in the UK, or there's an article coming out of the UK, or maybe I'm getting some of the details wrong. But he was saying that they wanted to use TDCJ as the model and wanted to know if I agreed with that.
What did you say, David?
I told him they need to look at Holland. Holland's closing down prisons. Holland has smaller prisons, and it's more personal, and your family gets to come visit you, and you take classes together with your family. And
right.
and whenever you get to the prison and you're taking all these classes, whenever you go to get out, they go to a smaller security type thing, to where you actually go out and work, and there's people that come in to want you to come to work with them. And I mean, it's all about the community and reintegrating you back into society.
And they have less reoffending.
Because they actually have remorse for their crime. They don't have to get back out into society and start slinging drugs again because they can't get a job and nobody wants to give them a time of day.
Yeah.
So
wow,
they're closing down prisons, but.
So your answer to that was no, correct?
Yeah, a big firm no. And I hate to cut you ladies off, and it's been a great show, but actually we're like 2 minutes overtime. It's time to go into the Charlie and the Regrets. But I wanted to make sure that we welcome DJ Black. He's sitting out there listening to us, and he's going to come on with the Housetonians, and he's going to be jamming. And but he always gets me dancing somehow or another. He was laughing at me the other night. But you guys, it's been a great show, and we welcome you. And you guys stay tuned for DJ Rico Black.
Have a great weekend.
Good night.
To see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time show me more in my dreams.